A very good morning, children. Welcome to the social science class. Let's continue on the period. Right. So, in last video, what we were discussing, children. In last video, we were discussing about the why does diversity added to our lives, isn't it? So, what was the concept? Why this diversity needs us, isn't it? So, let's continue the concept. What does like? So, what is that, children? What does diversity add to our lives? It is also we can say this point too. Why the diversity required us, isn't it? So, what happens? Do you have the friendship like Samir, Do, Ek, and Do? So, whatever the story we have discussed, beginning of this lesson, Samir Ek and Samir Do, right? So, you may have so many friends like it may poor, some rich people, isn't it? Some of the wise students, some of the those who are slow learner in the classroom. So many varieties friends you do have, isn't it? So this is what all the different people are staying, all the different people are together are called diversity. Yesterday I have explained it, right? So next, diversity in terms of food, festival, clothes and language. So diversity in which ways? Diversity in having food in the different style, isn't it? India, we are having the roti, chapati, these kind of food. So if you go our neighbor country of China, what kind of food they eat? Like noodles. Even nowadays we people are using, isn't it? So how they eat? The way of style also they are changed. So they used to stick to have the food, but we can't hold even the right. So this is what the way of food. Then the way of eating food also even change. Then food festivals, right? In the one society we are celebrating many other kinds of festivals. Clothes we are wearing, whatever the clothes we people are wearing, so that is completely different, right? So language, the what languages we speak, so many different languages we speak in our home, we speak in our society, right? So this is what these are the differentiations called diversity in several ways, right? So the next point, the imagine a situation where the everything looks same. So then why it's required? So next point we will discuss about why it's required. So what happens? Now we people are in the society, different kind of languages, different kind of food, then many kind of the cultural we are following, different kind of dresses we are wearing. So now you think, children, in the society, if you come outside from your home, so all the people, if all the people they wear the same dresses, how it looks? If you go everywhere, all the homes they are preparing only roti and sabji, roti, sabji and rice sambar. That's all. Yeah, in all the homes. Then all the people they are speaking only one language. There is no other language to speak, isn't it? So then what happens? If they celebrate all only one festivals, no different. So how it looks, right? Is it looks good, children? So it again it will be like a school. How in the school they wear only one uniform, right? How they are standing in the prayer assembly, right? It looks like society. The same it will looks like the society. So everybody is wearing same dresses, isn't it? So children, is it good for the country or good for the society? So it doesn't look good. Because of this reason, So if there is a no variety, what happens? It really bores. So best example, ನೀವು ಮನೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಮನೆ ಒಳಗೆ ಪ್ರತಿದಿನನೂ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಚಪಾತಿ, ಮಧ್ಯಾಹ್ನ ಚಪಾತಿ, ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಚಪಾತಿ, ಚಪಾತಿ ಪಲ್ಯ, ಅನ್ನ ಸಾರು. So how many times you will eat? So definitely in 3 times, at least one day, the different kind of a food we need to have it, isn't it? So otherwise it will be bored. The same like here in the society, if the diversity is not there, it really doesn't look good, right? So different, always that differentities looks very nice, right? So for this reason, even we can't imagine the situation that where everything looks same. Getting me? Then the diversity gives us a uniqueness. So this is the point. What is that, children? Diversity gives us a uniqueness. What is the point, children? The point is diversity gives us a uniqueness. What is that? Uniqueness. Why this uniqueness? How it gives? Right? So I'll make very simplification this point. How come? See, I am the social science teacher. Every day I am taking the class to you. Every day without fail. So your social science class will be there, isn't it? So what happens? Every day, so before teaching, I used to tell a story. Every day I am telling the story. But the thing is, not different stories I am teaching you. I am telling every day the same story. Every day the same story only I am repeating. How do you feel, children? Is it not? So finally what you will tell? Sir, no need this story. Let's start the lesson only. Isn't it? So usually the children likes the story. But teacher will say only, always he is repeating only one story continuously in the every day. So different children will definitely get bored for this story. Isn't it? For what reason, children? Because of there is no variety. You likes to eat noodles or a Maggi, you say. So your mama every day she is preparing the Maggi 3 times: morning breakfast, afternoon lunch, night dinner. What is the food? Food is nothing, only Maggi, noodles. So how many times you will eat? One day you will eat, 2 day you will eat, again it will be in the 3rd day, it will be boring headache to us to eat, isn't it? So for this reason, what we can say, the diversity gives us a uniqueness. If you think morning the breakfast is puri, afternoon chapati, then evening it's a noodles. How looks, right? So how delicious to eat, isn't it? So for this, if there is diversity, it may in the society, it may in the class, it may in the teaching, right? So what happens? It gives us uniqueness, right? So in the sense what? The diversity is required, right? So that is what reason, children? Uniqueness, right? So diversity makes us our words beautiful, right? So how can I define this? Diversity makes our words beautiful, isn't it? How come? How the diversity makes words beautiful? So for example, you think, so there is a function, right? So what happens in your school? August 15, so national festival of the India. So what happens? This is school premises. So here there is this flag hosting, everything is going on. So here so many children, they are standing in the line, isn't it? So total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, total 60 students are there. isn't it? So what happens? 60 students, they need to participate. They need to participate in the the festival, in the sense what cultural program they need to do, right? So then what happens? Otherwise you take in your school gathering. So if all the students are dancing, isn't it? So all the society, they are eagerly waiting. So how the children are going to perform on the stage, right? So if you your all the students group wise 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, there are 6 dance. All the dance are same songs, then same steps, right? So or 60 students, they are have their dance same and with the even song, even the steps. How it looks? Children are different, but song and steps are same. So children, is it looks good? Children, the whatever the society members, they have eagerly waiting. So after first one they'll watch, second one also they'll watch, then third what they'll do? They'll go to their home. Because of that, there is no diversity, isn't it? So if there is no diversity, what happens usually? So we feel very bored for this reason. So what we can say, this diversity makes our world beautiful, right? So for example, every day you people are wearing your school uniform. So Wednesday or Thursday, right? According to the school, Wednesday or Thursday you people are wearing color dress. Because of this reason, every day it not looks good. At least one day in the week. So what we need to do? We need to wear different kind of dresses. It looks beautiful. Then our next point is very, very important. So children, what is our next point? So our point is diversity in India, right? So what is this? We have discussed about only the diversity, not in particular area, right? So now the matter has come to the India, our nation, right? So diversity in India. First let's compare with the Indian nation and other countries, right? So what happens in India? So several states are there, 28 states and 8 union territories are there. You know this. All the places, the inhabited of the people, citizens of India, everywhere the people, they are staying, isn't it? So same as like if you take Pakistan, if you take England, Britain, Australia, compare with the other countries. So what happens there? Even there they have the country, even they have the states, is it not? But the differentiation is they speak only one language. For example, you take Britain or England, isn't it? So what happens? They speak only one language, that is English. In our school, in Karnataka, we have 6 subjects. Among the 6, 3 are core, 3 are the subjects for like English, Hindi and Kannada. But if you go to England, they will study, the children will study Kannada and English, Hindi. No, they will learn only one language, they study only one language, that is English. They speak only one language, that is English. They talk only one language, that is English. Everything English only, isn't it? So in India, if you come, different kind of languages we are studying. Different. Then what happens if you go to England? Usually they celebrate only one festival, that is the birthday of Jesus Christ, isn't it? So otherwise Good Friday. So in complete year, all the citizens, they used to celebrate only 2 festivals, isn't it? So if they come to India, so they'll get wonder how many festivals here we people are celebrating according to the religion, isn't it? So then again, if you come to the matter, So if you go England, so most of the people, because of the cold, everybody they used to wear the coats, blazers, right? So but here it is not required. Some of them they are wearing the blazer, some of them dhoti they will wear, some of them shirts wear, some of the students, some of the boys t-shirts they are wearing. So in a sense, the complete variety you can get to see from the India, but compared to other country, there is no variety. For this reason, what we need to study? We need to study that diversity in India. It is very very important. So many diversity is there in India compared to the other country. So India is a country of a diversity. What we can say, children? The India is country of a diversity. Diversity in what way? Diversity in religion, diversity in festivals, diversity in dressing, diversity in food, right? Diversity of in many of the things, isn't it? So, but most of the people think are similar only who do them a different ways. So what is the point, children? Here most of the people thinks are similar, only we do them in a different ways. So what happens? The way of the thinking, the people think similar, right? So thinking will be similar, but if you compare with this diversity, so many diversity we can get to see in India compared to the other countries. So our first point, in India, in what ways India is different from the others? Why the diversity in India, right? So among the first point, different ways which people pray. This is very very important and first point. Right? So what is our first point? The different ways in which people pray. So let me give the example. All the Hindu people morning where they will go. So after taking the bath, they will go to the temple. Then what happens if you come to Christian? So Christian every Sunday they used to go to church because of the prayer. Weekly they are doing it. Then come to the matter to the Muslim. What they will do? Every day, minimum 3 times, 5 times, what they will do? They will do the namaz. Isn't it? So what happens? To whom we are praying, children? We all people are praying to the God. Isn't it? Only one God. But even though the way of praying, right? So different ways which people pray. In the temple, in the masjid, mosque, in the church. Places are different. The way of praying were different. But what they are praying? They are praying only to the God. Right? Finally it will connect. So but in the different ways. Right? So in India we can get to see this. For example, you take any other countries. Most of the countries they are following only one religion. So that is Christian, otherwise the Islam, right? So what they are doing it, they are following only one religion. For this reason, so only one religion in the sense, in one religion we can pray the God in only one way, isn't it? So what happens? Other countries they pray the God definitely, but not in a different ways. They pray in only one way. But in India, what happens? Many of the ways we are praying to the God, isn't it? For this reason, diversity is there in India. In which way? In the people pray, right? So this is our first. So in your exams, in your test, if the question will be explain how the India is different from other countries. Otherwise, how the diversity will be there in the India. right? If whatever their question, they'll twist the question, they'll ask, but our answer will be same, right? So this is our first point. Then different ways which the people get married, different ways in which people get married. So what is our next point, children? Different ways in which people get married. So probably we have seen many of the marriages, isn't it? So in other country what happens? Let me tell you first other countries. So in other country what happens? Everybody they used to get the marriage, isn't it? So marriage it should be happen in our life. So in other countries what is happening? They are having only one way to get marriage. There are no other ways. So what is exchanging the rings? That's all. Their marriage is over. Exchanging the rings over. But if you come to India, so before in Hindu religion, so if there is a marriage, it will take the time duration of 1 week. Complete 1 week they are doing the marriage because of the many different functions, isn't it? So nowadays in 1 day the marriage is over. 1 day it is more than enough to make the marriage. And nowadays, even though they'll prepare many of the functions at different, it may puja, it may so some other ceremonies. Then after that what happens? The marriage will over. It will 1 day it is more than enough to make the marriages. But how in a different ways? So if you take for example Hindus, they will make in their ways different kind of marriage. So if you go to Muslim, so in Hindu what happens? The marriage boy and the men and women both together they stand in the stage usually. So if you go to the marriage of Muslims, what they will do? The boys will be one side, then the girl will be one side. So this is different marriage. So the same thing, if you go to Christianity, they will get marriage in their ways. So then if you take both, they will take in their marriage, isn't it? So how many religions are there in India? According to their religions, according to their perspective, they are having their own system of a marriage. So they used to follow. For this reason, in India, the diversity we can get to see in the way of getting marriage. Getting me? So there is a diversity in the way of getting married. Then our third point is the different ways in which people dress. What happens? So our third point is, in our society, the old people, right? So usually what they wear, children? They wear the dhoti and paisama, isn't it? So they used to wear the topi, isn't it? Then this peta, they used to wear. But compared to them, we people are wearing shirts and pants. Then usually the students, in the sense pupils, what they used to wear? They used to wear the shorts, jeans pant and t-shirts, right? So we people are men, right? So only in the men style there are several different way to dress it. Small children, they wear the half pants. Then the high school students, then students, primary students, they used to wear the jeans pant and t-shirts. Then the gentlemen, they used to wear the shirts like me. Then the older people, they wear to dhoti and paisama, these one, right? So even though what happens, so many differentiation we can get to see. Then when the matter come to women's, even they have different kind of dresses. Compared to men, they are having so many dresses, isn't it? So like langa, chudi, then what we say this sari, so many different ways they can no, the dressing sense will be completely different from one each other. So what is happening in India, if you go foreign, they don't have any kind of others, shorts and the jeans, it is to man, it is to women, isn't it? No diversity we can get to see such like India's. Even they have the diversity, I am not telling no, but compared to India, so the diversity will be more in India, isn't it? So in what way, children? In the way of dress. So today we have studied three main points. Diversity in India, those are which people pray, different ways in the people which get married. Our third point is different ways in which the people dress, right? So three major points we have discussed. The homework will be the same, right? So I'll get in the I'll let you know in the app, school app. So do your homework. Thank you.